Hey girl campers, Lisa Dempsey here, your Southeast Texas guide, and I am here at my trailer and I'm getting ready to go take her home and get her all set up for a camp out that I'm leaving on tomorrow. And while I was here, I thought I would gather up a few of my things that I use either for hitching or for helping me back into my space, and even if it's a pull through, things that I might use when I am trying to set up my trailer at my campsite. Some of these things you may already have on hand. Some of these may be things that first time you're hearing about, and then I'm anxious to hear some of your tips and tricks that you can leave for us in the comments to help other girl campers. So I'm very lucky, I have an electronic jack that's very helpful, but I also have a few little tools. So a couple things that can help you when you are trying to connect your tow vehicle to the hitch. And I have these little fun things. Whoops, that one came off. So these are magnetic and these are extendable little balls. And I use these in a couple different ways. Sometimes I'll literally, even though I have a backup camera on my truck, these just really help me spatially. So these will magnetically stick. I can kind of do this if I want to really know exactly where I'm trying to back up, because for my hitch I have to back up about halfway underneath here. So I can do this and extend that out just a little bit. I think you can see where this is, and it will help me really know where to line up. The other way that I do that, and then I'll show you what else I use these cool things for, is my gloves. So I know everybody has gloves, and I use these really just great garden gloves. They're sticky on this side. They fit my hand, so they're not the big bulky work men's kind of gloves that they slide around more than anything, and this really helps me keep a grip and protect my hands. They're not terribly expensive. These are like Target, Walmart, Ace Hardware. You can get these anywhere. But I like the really fun bright colored ones. And the other reason I like these is sometimes instead of using these, because I usually just leave these here, I'll show you why else I use them here at my storage facility. So I will take my glove and literally, I think you can see that, line it up right across the top of the hitch, just like it's grabbing on. And I'll see the little fingers extending. And again, this just helps me when I'm backing up, even using my camera, to give me a little bit of a different perception on where the hitch is and where I need to align. Am I in about the right spot? So gloves are not just great for when you're hauling the things around, trying to lift the hitch and put everything in place. That's my other trick for using the gloves. So always have gloves. The other thing when I'm backing up, particularly when I'm coming home. So I am in a storage facility and it does have steel on it. And I have these little exterior things right here, and then also this is metal. So when I'm trying to back the trailer in, I need more space on the passenger side where my door is and my stairs are gonna extend than I do on the other side of the trailer. So I use these to extend them out to the length that I need for either side. And then I can literally stick them in here like this. That, or I can actually do it on the exterior on these little metal poles that I happen to have. But if you don't have metal, you can also buy that magnetic strip for your little area and put a magnetic strip along the side, and that way these will attach to that magnetic strip. But it's a really good guide that I use when I'm trying to back the trailer back into my storage facility. So there's two ways that I use these, right? Trying to connect and then as guides backing in. Now, typically, if I go to a campsite, I'm not going to have anything metal that I'll be able to use to help back my trailer in. So for that, I have this fun little thing. Set those there. These are pylons, and these are really cool because these happen to be extendable pylons. You can actually take this bottom part off and put like a bottle of water or something in here if it's windy and you need it to stand a little bit more firmly. I've never been in a situation where I've had to do that. There are 4 in this particular pack that I have. So you can see they fold up and go in this nice little bag, and I keep it in my storage, exterior storage. But I'll often take these when I'm at my campsite and I use these. I might go put it by the electric pole, or the sewer outlet. I have 4 of them, so I can actually kind of line up at the back. It helps me with using my mirrors to back in. These are really handy, I think, you know, and most of this stuff I just got off of Amazon, and then it just all pops back down in and becomes flat again. So these are really handy. I use these a lot at campsites. It keeps me from having to go back and forth. I can also mark if I've walked the campsite and I see that there's a low spot or a dip. It will help me identify where those areas are so that I can kind of back into the area that is going to help me be most level. The other thing that I use when I'm backing in, particularly if I'm backing in the evening, is I always make sure that I have some type of light with me. Now this is my Luminade, and you may have seen me post over the weekend. We had lots of rain and flooding and all kinds of craziness here in Houston. We were without power at our house for a little over 8 hours. I had my Luminades that I keep at home, and then I also keep several in the trailer. They are solar powered, so you can put these out and charge them through solar. You can power them electronically, and then they'll also charge your cell phone. So I actually did have to use this to charge my phone earlier this weekend. But when I am getting in the evening, it's daylight out here, so I don't know that you're going to be able to see the brightness of this. This will illuminate. And often I will take this and either set it on top of a pylon or hang it off of something just so that I have a marker. It also works really well if you can just put it at the end of the driveway to give me an idea of how far back I'm going. So have a light, 1 or 2 lanterns that you can put out if you're going in the evening or you're going to be there at night. These little Luminades are like awesome, because the other thing that they do, so you can see that it compacts really quickly. There you go. And it goes down into a square and it folds up. And for storage, it's great. A lot of people will take these and they'll put it like this, like on their backpack. And so if they're out hiking or walking for the day, it will be charging while they are out on their hike, and they will have it in the evening. Great for hanging in tents. I use these all the time. I actually like the little Firefly one because it has a more golden yellow glow and it does not attract bugs, but these work great. So I have the Luminades that I use. Also, rubber mallet, a girl's best friend. If you are dealing with a hitch that just doesn't want to move, you need to kind of tap, don't ever force it, but if you just need that little bit of pressure, then this thing works great. So if you don't have a rubber mallet in your little toolkit, get one. I've also had to use this on times to like unscrew and do things on the sewer caps, all kinds of different reasons to have a rubber mallet when you're dealing with your hitch. And then of course, everybody needs a can of WD-40 in their trailer. So this is a great thing to have. Every now and then I will use it. I'll spray in here under the ball. Now, remember, WD-40 is it's not a lubricant like using the ball grease. This actually does more to clean the dust, the dirt, the debris. It cleans off the rust and the old oil that gets gunky and gunked up in there. So, but WD-40, a quick squirt if you're having some problems and you need to loosen things up, make sure you have a can of WD-40. So those are my primary tips and things that you want to have in your toolkit that are a little extra for when you are going to be backing up your trailer or connecting your hitch. These items can be really helpful. And I'm getting ready to hook my trailer up so that I can head out to my camp out. Actually, I'm going to take this home and my son's going to clean it for me. And then off I go. So that's it, girl campers. Make sure you leave your feedback in the comments. I'd love to know what little items and gear you take with you that make it easier for backing your trailer into your home, into the garage, into a campsite, whatever you use for tips and tricks to make it a little bit easier. We'll do another video another time on leveling, but this was just for getting all into your space. Have a great one.